Okay, so Merry Christmas weekend, everybody. I'm Hannah Davis of Body by Hannah. I own a personal training studio in Cleveland, Tennessee. I have an online presence, online workout programs. I've been featured in many national publications as a fitness expert, and I'm here with Jessica Rumba, another fitness expert. So you're in really good hands. Jessica, tell us about yourself.
Yes, I am Jessica Guthrow. I actually just changed my name to Guthrow officially. So I've been married for
That's right. I need to remember that.
Yeah. So my husband is Brad Guthrow, and together we run Live Lean TV, which is a free show on YouTube that's all about health and fitness, weight loss, getting lean, and staying that way. Our philosophy is teaching people how to live lean 365 days a year, so there is no fluctuation. So you can just be lean and happy and healthy all the time. So definitely watch our show. If you aren't watching it already, you can just go to YouTube/Live Lean TV. And what else? I have like lots of programs online, especially for women. And that's it. I do online coaching too.
Yeah. So this is an interesting time to talk about living lean 365 days a year, because we just got through we haven't made it through the holiday season yet. We still have New Year's. Hello, Aiden. Thanks for joining. So confession time. Were you perfect through the holidays?
No. Well, I don't know. That's an interesting topic, because to us, perfection is not like being perfect, meaning like never eating anything like bad, right? And we don't categorize foods as bad or good. I mean, I just think it's a really unhealthy way to live, to feel guilty when you eat something bad, and then, it's just a really bad cycle. So what we consider being perfect is more like what most people would consider being reasonable. And so in that sense, I have been, reasonable and enjoying things that I love in moderation.
Yes. Oh, I like that. So we talked about this in a previous blab, how when you attach guilt emotions to what you're eating, it actually really kind of affects your gut health, and you're better off being reasonable and enjoying maybe guilty indulgences reasonably.
The guilt is, I think, even worse for you than the food itself. Like all that stress that people create as to eat a sugar cookie is like worse than eating a sugar cookie.
Right. So, hey, KP Kelly, thanks for joining again.
Hi.
Yeah. So, it's that cortisol that
yes,
the stress hormone releases is going to more negatively impact you than that sugar cookie or whatever. So,
crazy thought, because it's like, how do you let go of that stress, right? Because it's just seems like a natural instinct kind of thing. When you eat a sugar cookie, you're just automatically going to feel like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, it's going to be bad or whatever. But I think like seeing the big picture and knowing that what you eat and what you do most of the time is what really affects your body. I think that's what helps me let go of the stress and realize that one cookie is not death to my fitness.
Absolutely. So I always talk about the 80-20 principle. And if you are, really on it nutritionally, and you're just fueling your body with nutrient-dense foods and exercising a good 80% of the time, then that is totally going to overtake this 20% of indulgences, and then you can really enjoy the indulgences and know that it's not going to totally derail your diet. Thanks for sharing, KP. Guys, please do share this blab we're about to get into. We're already talking about some good stuff. How many of you guys just totally indulged like crazy over Christmas holiday? Feel free to hop in the seat. This is a really casual blab today. We have some different topics we want to get through, but it's a really just casual. We figure people are kind of just hanging out on Saturday morning after maybe a Christmas hangover, and we're just gonna get some fitness talk in. So I also think I didn't, I don't feel bad about anything that I got into this Christmas. It certainly wasn't perfect, and I definitely around the holidays drink more than I typically do. And I think that's what I feel the worst from.
Alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, it actually like affects your cognitive abilities too. And I just don't feel as sharp, and I don't feel like my workouts are as good. You know,
It's a perfect excuse to not work out the next day. You know?
Right. But you know how do you change your training at all? Like if you just kind of feel lethargic, like do you modify your workouts any certain way?
To be honest, like I don't put as much of an emphasis on workouts like during this time, especially since we're traveling, we're staying at his parents' house. And so like I'm not like, you know, obsessive about like I have to get my workouts in, you know. I don't feel like that at all. And surprisingly, Brad's not either, because he's more of a workout fiend than I am.
Yeah.
But during this week, we're both just kind of like letting it go, realizing that we'll work out when we can work out. And like this morning was great. I went out into the backyard with the dog and did like sprints back and forth. The best exercise we can get, you know. And then the day before, we went to the rec center and he played basketball and I did some weightlifting. So we're just kind of like getting in what we can when we can. But I don't particularly like think since I had some eggnog, I have to do this many workouts. You know, it doesn't work in my brain like that anymore, which it used to. And I think that was more unhealthy that way.
Right. And that's just what we were talking about, the guilt of,
it's like those games you play with yourself.
Yeah. So it's better to attempt to live lean throughout the year and just live healthfully throughout the year, so you don't have to stress, you know, when you go on vacation and go away for the holidays.
Yeah, and you know, there's 52 weeks in a year, so 1 week, like, I mean, the holiday is just 1 week. I know, but there's several like holidays.
I don't know.
You know, there's like so many throughout the year. But
I think a lot of people would say the holidays are like from Thanksgiving through New Year's. So
it's not even 1 week. It's like the whole time. But you know, I actually made a video about this last week. I don't know if you saw this one on Living TV. The 2 worst things you can do during the holidays. And number 1 was like be super strict about everything. Just because, you know, like we talked about, it's going to have that emotional effect on you. Cortisol level is going to be up. You're going to just feel terribly guilty and everything. But then number 2 is to be, you know, Frank the Tank and just freaking eat everything.
Yes.
You know, which obviously is not good for you. Everybody knows that. But I just don't want anyone to mistake our advice for like let loose, you know?
Right.
We want you to indulge, but not like completely, you know, just
within reason, you know. Like every meal doesn't need to be go all out. I mean, you'll just feel disgusting, honestly. Yeah. KP Kelly says, my family celebration is tonight and tomorrow. I will be indulging while you're all recovering from indulging. I don't know, Kate. I just got to Naples, Florida with my family, and we're here for a week. So I think I'm still in it for the long haul. There's still alcohol in my future. But the cool thing about being here is I'm really motivated to work out in Naples. I think I'll be super active and I won't worry about it.
Yeah.
2 catered dinners and a bartender for both days. Casey Kelly. Wow.
What I've noticed about like these times when like overeating is kind of a thing, I've actually noticed that I feel stronger and more energetic for workouts afterwards. So like I think that, you know, if you have the choice to work out or not work out, like now's the time to especially work out, just because you're going to be hitting PRs, you know what I mean? Like you're going to have more fuel in your body that you can pretty much amaze yourself in your workouts. Like most people probably think you're going to feel lazy and lethargic, but once you get your warm up going, like you will feel stronger than you ever have.
Right. And that's probably because you have the additional carbs in your
tons of carbs and like mostly also higher protein, because a lot of people are eating like turkey and ham and things like that. So with that surge of carbs and protein, you're just going to be like rocket fuel, you know?
Yeah. Ashley, thanks for sharing. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think the only thing that negates that is, like I said earlier, a lot of drinking.
Oh, right. Be careful with the alcohol. You know, like that's another thing too. Like alcohol is actually more enjoyable in moderation than it is in excess. Like I would think that everybody would probably agree. When you overdrink, you feel terrible, but when you drink just the right amount, you feel great.
Right, right. Hey, Ashley. No, we're just doing a special Christmas blab. Ashley asked, "Are we blabbing on Saturday now?" The truth is, me and Jess typically, yeah, we're blabbing every Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, I think we're going to go with a new schedule in the new year. I don't know. We have to talk about that and see what works. What works for you guys? And
like, what if everyone could like put their vote right now in the comments? Like, what is the best day of the week?
Right. Like Fridays, we realize people might be going out or have, you know, dinners out. So there might be a better night of the week that we can blab. So we're thinking about that. We want to.
Yeah.
What's that?
I kind of thought about Tuesdays. Like, I feel like Tuesday's a good day because, like, Monday's not. Because, like, everybody has the Monday blues when they go back to work. But Tuesdays, like, we're in the groove of things again. Like, you know, want to get workouts on track and everything.
Right. Yeah, I was also thinking about Tuesday, either Tuesday or Wednesday. But Tuesday would be better because that's an earlier night for me.
Yeah, in case people haven't planned their workouts and stuff, it's like, you know, not too late, but not too soon.
True. What up, Chris? Thanks for joining. Please share the blab. We've been kind of confessing how well or not well we've been eating. Your trainers have been eating over the holidays, and talking about, thanks Ashley for the feedback. So just talking about how we cannot just beat ourselves up over indulging, but to focus on staying on track in the long run so that you don't feel so guilty about the indulging over holidays and other times, actually.
Actually, maybe we should remember when you said confessions, like I wonder if anyone is curious what we have that people consider healthy.
Okay. You want to start?
Yeah, sure. My number one thing, and I requested this from his mother because she's like a good baker, is cherry pie. I freaking love cherry pie, and I've had like 3 pieces of it already.
Nice. That's good. In one day?
No, that was over 3 separate. We've been here 4 days, and that was 3 out of 4 days. Yeah.
Okay. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
So I guess mine is in the sweet category too, because I think my food really has been on track. I just enjoy healthier foods. I mean, there's definitely been some like burger fry days in there, but I typically have a burger and fries once a week anyway. That's kind of my cheat meal. So it's kind of stayed about that. And as far as dinners, you know, we've still made, you know, like one night Nathan's family was in town and he made paella, but he made it with brown rice and so we're still thinking of healthier ways to make dishes like that, but certainly on like the sweets front and people baking us cookies and I'm, you know, if it's in my house, I have a really hard time saying that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's definitely the baked goods and the alcohol. I mean, even if I have 2 glasses of wine or something, and if I have that consecutively, like over 3 nights, I just don't feel like myself. I don't feel
foggy or something.
Yeah, I feel foggy. I don't feel as energetic through the day. And we talked about, I have switched up my training over the holidays to do more split training because I feel like I can handle that better. And it's a good time for me to kind of cycle that kind of training in. So I don't, I'm not like doing high intensity.
Yeah.
What's that?
You normally do more like combo style, like full body.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have been probably for the past year. It's been since I've cycled through some split training, but I just felt like lately I needed some split training in my life.
Yeah, that's great. Whenever I have the chance to work out here, I'm like, well, I better do full body because I don't know how many chances there are going to be, you know. And if I'm only going to work out 1 or 2 days out of the week, be full body, like pretty much spend as much energy as possible.
Right. And that typically,
a lot of walks.
Yeah. And that typically is the best way to work out. If you're like going on vacation, or if you're, out of your element for a while and you don't know if you're going to have a gym, it's best to do kind of body weight workouts and sprints in the backyard and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Run around with the dog.
Should we talk about fitness gadgets? Did anybody get fitness gadgets for Christmas? Hold on. I'm going to try to change the topic here. I haven't done that yet. Let's see. Christmas.
I was like reading up on some fitness gadgets like before I started this, and I was there was one that was like amazing to me, and like I would love to try it, but I don't know if anyone else has heard of it.
What is it? What is it?
Happy Fork. It's spelled HAPI.
Yes.
Fork.
Yeah. No, I haven't tried it. Explain what it is. It's
like a special fork that has electronics in it, and it'll calculate or like kind of take data on how fast you're eating. And then if you're eating too fast or faster than you want to, I guess whatever you set it at, it'll vibrate.
Right. So
it'll like shake.
Right. So I'm gonna change this. So basically, if you eat too fast, it's not good for your digestion, and most of us do. We like scarf our food down.
Easy when you're super hungry.
Right. So you have to remember that chewing your food is like the first step in digestion and breaking down your foods and breaking down the nutrients for absorption. So it's really important to take your time and chew your food. So that's why that gadget is super cool. I would love to try it. I guarantee you I eat too fast most of the time.
I probably do, yeah.
Yeah. So guys, did anybody get any fitness gadgets? I want to know what you got. Yeah, I don't know. Hammer and Chisel. That's Autumn Calabrese's workout with the other big guy on Beachbody. Not Sean T. He's no, there's one other. He's like a little less. He doesn't. I don't think he has like a big program like those other guys, but he's like insanely built. He's more like bodybuilder type guy. So yeah, they have like a new. Oh, that's what. It's a workout video, right? Is that right, Trek?
New running shoes. That's always good.
What kind of running shoes? So, I think the Beachbody, it seems like to me that the Beachbody video series, although I have not checked them out, like I've not watched them. So I do like Autumn Calabrese. I think she puts good information out there. I don't know how affected it is by what Beachbody wants to put out there. Because you got to remember Beachbody is a fitness company that really, wants to make money. So a lot of it is marketing and whatever's trendy. But I know a lot of people that attend my classes do like Shanti's workout and they do Autumn's workout, and they love it. So I think whatever is going to get, and that's why me and Jess create videos, and we want to be able to reach a larger audience, and we know our stuff is good stuff, so I don't doubt that those workout videos have some really great info in it and great workouts.
I love how much stuff is on the market now, because anything that gets you to exercise more than you normally do is positive, I think, even though some gadgets are better than others. Like I've definitely tried some gadgets that I would consider a failure, but it's not really a failure. It got you up off the couch and like trying something different.
Totally. Ashley, I have some these are Nike Lunars, but they're racers. I don't know what the Glide 6 are, but I bet they're cool. So we got fitness shoes, we got videos. Did anybody get any like fitness gadgets, like a Fitbit? I know a lot of my clients requested Fitbits for Christmas, mainly because
Really?
I was kind of pushing them to get Fitbits. I really think that you have to, most people don't get 10,000 steps in their day, not even 10,000. And that's like the minimum that we all should be getting. So that, let's say you're getting 6,000 steps a day. Well, think about how great of an impact those additional 4,000 a day in a week, in a month, in a year has on your body. I mean, that's literally pounds. It's pounds right there. Yeah. So when this weight creeps up on you over the years, it's this little bit of extra activity that's going to make the bigger difference, not one workout or so I've been really encouraging clients to focus more on getting at least 10,000. Ashley, you got to go for more. Ashley says she normally gets 8,000 a day. You got to get that 10.
Yeah,
so you can do
like running up and down stairs or just take one walk around your block at your house could probably, boost it.
Yeah.
It doesn't take very long, maybe 10, 20 minutes and you're there,
No. 10,000 steps is about 5 miles a day.
Which, if you broke that up from morning to night, it's easy.
Yeah. So it's, it's definitely harder for people that have an office job and, they basically wake up, they get ready, they get in their car, they drive to work, they sit all day, they eat lunch at their desk, they hop in their car, they go home, they sit, they eat dinner. So I get it. So again, you have to like really, you have to schedule time and, like I get up really early and I was most worried about when I moved from New York City, not getting that movement in.
Yeah.
New York City, I'm walking all over the place. Well, I got a dog. That's extremely helpful. So I have to get up 20 minutes earlier because I've got to walk my dog.
Yeah.
And walking my dog gives me 2,500 steps in the morning that I otherwise wouldn't have gotten. So I'm not saying you have to. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying you have to get a dog, but like, there's no reason you can't make yourself get up 20 minutes early to go for a walk.
Mm-hmm. So it's so simple. It's like, it's almost too simple. I feel like that's why most people don't do it because they're like, that's too simple. That can't work. Yeah. We're telling you as, professional trainers who've helped thousands of people lose thousands of pounds of body weight. This is one of those tricks that is tried and true and like always 100% of the time works for people.
Right.
Definitely don't underestimate a walk.
Right. ATN Network. Thanks for joining. Anyway, I just locked the seat because I think we're getting some like spammers in here.
Uh-oh.
Or what? Trolls. But if anybody anybody wants to join, let us know. Other fitness gadgets. What's another one you're familiar with?
I think. Well, I don't know. What do you think about body fat analyzers? Because I think they're better than using like body scale to track your progress. Mm-hmm. But then again, I feel like you can get obsessed with it and it can be dangerous for some people. But it's nice to kind of figure out where your body fat's at once.
Yes. Now, Jess is talking about like a handheld. Are you talking about like the handheld Omron? Yeah. Electronic.
There's two types that I've tried, and they both use electrical impedance.
Okay. So the way that these work is you hold on to it, you enter this info like your age, your height, your weight, your gender. And then you hold on to these electric sensors and it sends kind of an electric impulse through your body. It goes easily through fat and water, like it's not impeded by that. And then it hits, muscle, organs, all the dense properties in your body. So that's how it measures your body fat. And I use them with clients, and oftentimes I'll do like the calipers and I'll do the handheld just to see, because I'm always like, how does this really work? I don't really believe this electric impulse works. But almost every time I get pretty much the exact same body fat
2 degrees
reading. Yeah. So I think they're really useful. And I think they're, you certainly can't, it's really hard to do your own body fat using calipers. So it's an awesome. Do you know if the scale ones work? Like, because you know some of the scale.
I forgot about that, but we do have a scale at home. We just recently got, I can't remember what it's called, but it reads your body fat as well. And I find it's almost the same as the handheld one.
Okay, cool.
All you do is sit on and stand on it, with bare feet.
Yeah, and I would say the morning is probably the best time to do it, right? Before you've had a lot of water.
Yes.
You don't want to
right.
You don't want to have a lot of water like in your muscle. Because that kind of affects it. If you're retaining water in your muscle, you're going to get a higher
That's
reading.
The one thing that has thrown my readings way off. And even like when I was working at Equinox and we had like the most advanced machine, like they had this body fat analyzer that was like $5,000 machine, like super advanced and super accurate. Like if I would test that one day early in the morning before any food, it would be completely different than if I did it the next day after lunch. And it was completely different reading. So just, if any of you are considering getting one of these electrical impedance, just make sure that every time you measure, it's the same time of day with the same amount of liquid and food and everything in your stomach.
Yeah. So that's something I would highly recommend, especially for women who get discouraged thinking that they haven't lost any pounds on the scale.
Yeah.
I just can't tell. Yeah, it is. It's so deceiving. And I can't tell you how many times I have clients that are getting frustrated. They're like, but why isn't the scale going down? I'm like, just chill out. Wait, we're going to be doing our body fat, in a week.
Yeah.
And, these are women that really hadn't been weight training. So you're literally building muscle. And not only that, like when you first start building muscle, you are going to retain more water because your muscle needs water in the body to repair and build muscle. So, I really love the handheld body fat monitors. So get one. They're not that expensive either.
No, they're like $20 or $30, right?
Yeah, and you can get it on Amazon.
You can buy it used for probably $10.
Yeah. And what handheld brand do you like?
I like Omron. It's OMRON. That's a really good brand. I can't think of any others. That's like the one that comes to mind and that I've used for, we're talking 10 years of using this thing now and still love it. So definitely fan of that over a scale. I would definitely recommend if your goal is to lose weight, like just really be sure that you're not losing water weight, muscle weight, can't emphasize enough that what you want to lose is fat and fat only. Right.
ATW in networking says, as a runner, I am on Runkeeper, target to hit 100 kilometers by 1st of January. Just about on target. That's awesome. So let's talk running apps.
I love Map My Run for sure. Yes. I've never heard of Runkeeper, but Map My Run is phenomenal.
I used to use Runkeeper, and I've loved Runkeeper. I almost love it more. I've been using the Nike Run app lately.
Yeah.
And the only reason I switched is because this is so crazy mental, but I like how the Nike Runkeeper counts you down. So I'll start running so that it starts the run like when I'm at my pace, my beginning pace, and the run. So I feel like I know my truer pace because Does that even make sense? It's just like craziness.
I don't know. I've never tried it, so I'm not sure.
Yeah. I love it. All things networking. Yes. How do I like the Nike app? I've been using it more often than Runkeeper, but I really did love Runkeeper. So, the Nike app also allows you to kind of track what type of ground you were running on. So if you were trail running or road running or that sort of thing, and then it lets you track your like how you felt and what the weather was and things like that. And for me, that's important because I try to figure out why in the world did I have such a crappy day running? Like, why did I feel like crap? And,
Not as fast.
Yeah. So I really like it. May sound silly, but I love that I'm in Sydney, Australia, and my brother is in the UK and can live view my runs and text me encouragement. Yeah.
That is amazing. It's live too, like during your run. That's incredible.
Yeah. So I know the Nike app does that, but does the Runkeeper do that? I think it does do that actually on the Elite app. You have to pay for that.
Yeah.
Is that right?
But that's actually like a huge feature though. Like, cause if that means a lot to you and you're going to run more or harder because of it, then that's for sure worth a couple of dollars or whatever it is.
Yeah. And she's saying it's just one payment. By the way, Sydney is beautiful. I love Sydney. I'm jealous. It's one of my favorite places on earth.
And you see him work out and then you think you should see, that's awesome. That's like a nice, like friendly competition. I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
Especially on days when you didn't feel like running and you saw that he did. It's like you have to.
Yeah. Very cool. So what other run apps are there's also Map My Run and Walk and Map My Walk. So don't underestimate the power of walking. If you don't like to run, walking is awesome. Oh, cool. I'll check that. I'm going to copy that so I can check out sunset in Sydney tonight.
Is the name called Athos?
There are a couple of them. That might be one of them. And
because one time Brad tried some shorts. They were like, kind of like biker shorts.
Yeah.
Index, and they had sensors in them. And when he would squat, they would show exactly which muscles were firing.
Yeah.
And like how intensely the contraction was. It was so cool.
So did it work? Did he feel like it worked?
Like, oh yeah, because we're trainers, so we can see when a squat is proper or not. Like, so we're looking from the outside, and whatever the app was saying was like right on par with what he was feeling and what was Yeah, man. But like I'm telling you,
This
Hannah
list.
could do one because like she's in that kind of shape. But it's just like a different getting on stage. Yeah.
Cool. Well, while I had you, ladies here, I want to see if I could show you some stuff that I had, and you guys tell me if you think it's good or not, since you guys are the pros.
Okay.
Cool.
is low, they will find excuses. So if you find that that's your problem, maybe just spend more time thinking about your why, or even creating yourself your own why. Like for me, that's why I started competing and doing all the bodybuilding stuff, because I needed some sort of external motivation. I didn't have it within me. And after so many years of doing that, then I finally realized it was within me. I was like, oh, I'm motivated with or without the show. So that's why I stopped doing shows, but I still feel motivated.
Right.
Yeah, maybe I need to do some type of body competition.
I mean, if
they should have them for regular people.
They do. They have different categories. So they have like beginner categories.
Oh, they do.
Amateur, yeah.
The beginner on their first show, you know.
Yeah. Have you been watching that show Workout on Bravo?
No. Wait, is that the one with Jackie?
No. That was like ages ago, but they have one for New York City now, and like Holly Rillinger is in it, and a couple other girls. Like you probably, if you watch it, you'll probably like see people you know.
Do you like that show?
I don't. It's fine, but I don't like it because I don't think it focuses. I don't think it's going to like change anybody's life like it should. That's why we're in this business. And it doesn't focus at all on like the instructor or personal trainer client relationship. It's basically trying to create this like the drama that is the fitness industry in New York City. And I think they could make a great show if they centered it around like the client trainer relationships. And then they can throw in some other like drama in there, the instructor. You know, in New York City, it's crazy. Like fitness instructors that like teach at Barry's boot camps or Flywheel or Soul Cycle, it's very competitive in that world, and they're kind of semi-celebrities in New York. So people will go to, like Holly Rillinger is this really big Flywheel spin instructor, and it's so hard to get in one of her classes because she's like she's like a celeb instructor in New York. And so it's just this interesting culture that really isn't so present in the personal training. In the personal training world, there's enough to go around. Like there's not a whole lot of competition, and we're all trying to help each other. The good ones are anyway, you know. Yeah. But it's worth watching. Check it out. But it's not. I don't think it's going to go more than a season.
Yeah, it seems like if you want like that kind of relationship, like TLC network, or like
yeah,
they're always like gonna bring drama, because like they even did like one like a long time ago about art galleries, and it's like gallery girls, and it's like you thought I was gonna see like all these people that had like these cool, like who bought this awesome art.
Yeah,
it's like it wasn't. It's like gallery girls like fighting like in front of a cop. It's just it was so
right.
I can't believe people like to watch that stuff. It's like really.
I know.
Well, they like to just forget about their own problems.
Yeah.
So
watching people with bigger problems than you have makes you feel like your life's easy.
Right.
Like even that one guy on like the workout, like he's hurt his shoulder. It's like, how's that healthy? And you like keep working out.
Yeah.
It's like, I have to keep doing this. I need to. And it's like, well, that's not really like a good thing to show. But I guess it does show like the real life about how competitive that world is, and like.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I want to see really quick then. Okay, this is my last question. Have you guys seen just as like an industry, because I'm always curious about like other industries. Have you seen do you guys know Gary Vaynerchuk?
Yeah.
Have you seen the video he put out about like fitness, like telling the game up?
Telling what?
He told like the fitness industry to step their game up.
Oh,
yeah, he like made like a video about like Instagram, like people that like Instagram and.
Well, you've got to remember when you guys are like looking for people to follow on social media, you still want to look at credentials. And there's so many people posting fitness content out there that really have no clue what they're talking about. And, you know, it's very much up to the consumer to do their homework and research and make sure that you're not following someone because they're cute, but you're following someone because they have credentials, they know what they're talking about. And this is if you're really looking for solid information. Not everybody is. Some people just want to look at cute workout clothes or whatever. But yeah, exactly. And there are Instagram celebrity trainers out there that do not have a certification to begin with, that have never worked with people to begin with. So, it's always going to be up to the consumer. This is a highly unregulated field. And even when you go into gyms, I would say, except for big cities, because big cities have really cracked down on this, like Chicago, LA, New York, Miami. They're making sure that their trainers are appropriately certified. But I live in Tennessee now, and the quality of trainers, I mean, at the Rush, or not the Rush, it turned into Gold's Gym, which is like a popular chain. People there, trainers there, take a weekend course and they can start training people. I mean, it's a weekend course. It's not even a certification. I mean, it's laughable and it's scary because these are people that are helping to heal you. I mean, we're in the business of healing people, and it's crazy. So you've got to so Stephanie, if you do end up, looking into getting a trainer for that accountability, then you definitely just want to do your homework and make sure and ask questions. What kind of certification do you have? What types of people have you worked with?
Ask about their previous clients and what kind of results those clients have got and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, right. That's a good question. Yeah. Because like at gyms, like there's one gym I was at, like they will put you with like maybe a trainer that's just starting out. And then, like, the way that they talk to you, it's almost like you feel like you can't even ask them those types of questions.
Right. But you can.
Right.
You are in charge at that point. Like you.
No, it's true.
They're your employee, so, you have the right to say that. And if they don't want to answer your questions, then you'll be like, see you later.
Yeah, no, that's a really...
Right.
Really good point.
Yeah, I feel like clients almost never. I've actually been shocked how few questions my clients have asked me. Like they just show up and they like anything I say, they take it as like the word, and I'm like, are you not going to challenge this? Like I want them to ask questions.
Right.
I have explanations for why they're doing what they're doing, but they never want to hear it because they just don't think that it's right to ask, but it is good to ask.
Totally. Right.
Yeah, and yeah, no, it's true. So I will be more in charge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Be inquisitive.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah, some PTs are nice, others aren't. I know, I get that. And I feel like in the beginning of my career, I was probably too nice. Like, did you feel like that, Hannah? Were you ever like too nice as a trainer?
No.
Oh, it's burning. Oh, that's okay. Let's stop.
I think in the beginning of working with anybody, I'm probably a little more slack until I really get to know, like, if they're really struggling or if it really is just like something I can push them through. But I've definitely. I mean, I'm always nice. I'm not like Jillian Michaels, like that's not my approach. That's not my style, but I'm definitely firm in, look, this is you've hired me because you trust my judgment. And I'm telling you, I know what you can do. I know. And a lot of times we do, after working with people for a while, we know better what you're capable of than you know what you're capable of.
Yeah, because you do want it to be like a relationship. Like I know, like I've gone to parties and like people, like my cousin, like had a barbecue. The trainer showed up at the barbecue and was hanging out. And it's like, God, the trainers I've met, I would never like we never like talk about like personal lives like that. Like I thought that was really cool,
Oh yeah, we definitely get. I'm sure you get into a lot of personal life, Jess. We joke we're not only are we personal trainers, but we're therapists.
Yeah, but it's important to keep in mind that your fitness is part of your life. It's not like two separate things.
Mm-hmm.
So things that are important in your life are going to affect your fitness. And I think it is important for trainers to become part of your life, not just part of your gym scene.
Totally.
Jess, we lost your
when you're
video.
hiring a trainer too, is do you like this person enough to share your feeling, like, you know, be really open?
Right. Jess, we lost video on you. We're only hearing audio.
I see Jessica. I see
Oh, you
her.
do? That's
Yeah,
weird.
and
It's telling me
I just lost
telling me audio only.
Oh.
Oh well. Well, I can hear you. That's what's important.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thank you for joining, Stephanie. It was like a pleasure having you on and getting your feedback and your questions. So join us. Make sure.
You said like diet and then protein. You had said, Jessica, you said like some like number. You're like,
oh, like the number one best source. So things like steak, chicken, seafood, all of that. That's
Eggs.
The number one source for protein. And then whey protein is the number 2 best source.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Got it.
So make sure you follow us, Stephanie, so you can join some future blabs. We blab every week.
Yeah, I will.
So,
okay.
All right. Good luck. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Bye. That was fun. Okay. So any other, what, did I disappear?
Yeah, you were blocked for a minute there.
Oh. Okay. So does anybody have any other questions or want to join? Otherwise, we've been blabbing for a little over an hour now. So we may sign off, but not before we didn't talk resolution. So maybe we'll just get into that after the new year. Yeah, we'll do that. So guys, happy Merry Christmas, Ashley, and Merry Christmas to everybody. Enjoy your indulgences over the next week, because January 1, we're expecting some fitness resolutions. Miss Graham says, wait, you ladies should look up the fat disorder, lipedema. It's a fat disorder. Have you heard of that, Jess?
No, never heard of that.
Well, lipids are fats, so I can guess. Anyway, we'll check it up.
We'll look into it. Maybe
for
that
sure.
could be one of the topics one week.
Oh, thank you for the feedback. So, guys, if you want more blabs, past blabs, go to Jessica's YouTube page. She puts every single blab up. And check out her website at jessicarumba.com. Check out my website at bodybyhannah.com. Make sure you join my newsletter, because I am giving away free copies of my Operation Bikini Abs program in the beginning of January. So, all right, I might block this Lloyd dude. You're blocked. So anyway, make sure you check out our training programs online. Get your New Year's resolutions in order. We're going to be talking about them next week and how you can best reach those fitness or nutrition resolutions. And we like hanging out with you guys, so make sure you join us. Anything else you want to say, Jess?
Yeah, I think that's it. Like, just make sure you guys really utilize all the resources that we're offering, because aside from these blabs, we spend so much of our time creating like online content and things to help you guys get really super fit. So like all of the information that we touched on today, there's so much more if you dig a little deeper. So definitely go to jessicarumba.com, bodybyhannah.com, liveleantv.com. There's so many resources. So send us a tweet. You can always tweet either me or Hannah any day of the week and ask us fitness questions or ask us for the links to those resources. Don't be shy.
Right. Awesome. So thank you guys again. Happy holidays. Make sure you're following us on Blab to find out when our next one will be. And
thank you guys so much for being here. It's like awesome to hang out with you.
Yes. And we will see you again soon.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.